Hey, what's up guys? Alex here, back in North York, Toronto. This time we're in a different part of town though. We're here in the Victoria Village neighborhood, and I'm at the intersection of Lawrence Avenue East and Railside Road. And I just got off 8705 on the 91 Woodbine bus. No, I did not come from line 5, but from line 2 instead, because I was at Keelsdale. And I took the 168 to Dundas West Station, where I got pizza for lunch at this little place with a pretty good slice combo for about $6.19. I had it before; it was pretty good. Wanted to have it again. And there it goes, heading back towards Woodbine Station, which is where I came from, so I could make a video on the 91 Woodbine bus. And not gonna lie, the 91, even though I've been on that route a few times, it's one of them. I think it's one of the very few routes I have yet to make a video on. You know, I've been making, as a transit enthusiast, I probably filmed like over 1,000 bus rides, and out of all the routes, this is literally one I haven't done yet until today. And this is a street I wanted to check out for a long time, ever since before line 5 opened, because it'd be much easier for me to get here if I just went to Don Valley Station and then take the 54 up. But nope, I wanted to take the 91 instead. And this is a very, very commercial industrial street here. We'll see what we can find. This street does loop around back to Lawrence Avenue East. And it's a nice day outside. It's partly cloudy, partly sunny, or rather a mix of sun and cloud. And it's around 5 degrees Celsius. And today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. It's just after 1:10 p.m. So spring is officially here, but it's not quite warm out. Other than that, beautiful outside. And while we were looping around here, I was noticing some of the buildings along here, including a Tesla head office, which is on the left. I didn't know Tesla had an office here. In fact, I just did see a Cybertruck go by. I just didn't point it out. I remember when Johnny did a video here back in 2023. But I've filmed many industrial streets before. Of course, gotta add this to the list. I know there's a dairy processing plant around here. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that is it here. Yeah, it's slightly chilly out. Hey, there's the CN Tower. What a view. So we're walking towards the southwest. And Victoria Village is a pretty huge neighborhood. It's mostly industrial, but it does have the typical post-war suburban housing that the 91 Woodbine went through between Eglinton and Lawrence Avenues. There's a Toronto Korean Community Church. So let me zoom in here. Maybe you guys can see it better. But that's the CN Tower. Didn't know you could see it all the way from here. Oh, there's a Wheel-Trans vehicle. That is our paratransit service for those that are unable to use conventional transit to some degree. I'm almost at the end of my semester. I went to the library on Monday and finally got a head start on my work after recovering from a pretty shitty weekend. Sad to hear about the plane crash on Sunday night. It's an Air Canada Jazz flight from Montreal to LaGuardia Airport in New York. Definitely a human error involved in that. It's incident because the audio from the traffic control was very chilling, because they told the pilot to like stop because there's a fire truck in the way. They didn't stop in time, and it was 2 pilots that were killed. One of them, I think the main pilot was a graduate of Seneca College and lived in Quebec. But other than that, all the passengers were on, well, oh yeah, look, there's the same Cybertruck, I think. Yeah, 44 passengers, I think that's the number, were injured. And the flight attendant that was actually ejected, I think 300 feet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there's Norfolk Center over there. Young Shepherd. I think it's a miracle how she survived that, because that was very deadly. But I know there's an investigation underway. And then also, something else that came out of the news this morning that actually grinded everybody's gears was the fact that the CEO of Air Canada, I don't even know his name, he actually made an apology video in English, but not in French, right? Air Canada is a bilingual service, right? So you're supposed to be speaking both languages. And apparently this guy lived in Montreal, which is where Air Canada is headquartered. Why the hell didn't you speak French? It's our second language. It's used everywhere across the network. And that's drawn the ire of Prime Minister Carney, Premier Legault, and other MPs in the House of Commons. That's disrespectful. Like, he didn't show any compassion towards French-speaking people, because obviously, this is a flight that originated in Montreal, right? Of course, probably half the plane had like French speakers on it, on board. So that's very fucking stupid. I think he should resign. I don't think he represents the industry in a way, especially that Air Canada is technically it's I think it gets funding from the federal government, and of course Air Canada's services are in both English and French, and it's mandatory to have bilingual service. So screw that guy. But anyway, that's not really what we're here to talk about. It's just something that's just been in the news this whole week. Oh yeah, and getting ready for FIFA. It's about $157 million of upgrades to the BMO Field exhibition place were just completed. And I am going to make a video walking around there, hopefully end of this week, maybe Friday. Depends on the weather. We're less than 3 months away until June 12th, which will be the first game played here in Canada. And it took a lot of time and planning into this. I know a lot of people aren't really happy with the fact that we're a hosting city, because it's a lot of money. It's very expensive, and we still have many issues plaguing the city that they could just easily address. But I know sports really brings everyone together. But again, we are expecting like hundreds and thousands of people, maybe even more than that, coming from around the world. It's just crazy. Anyway, it's it's pretty quiet around here. Actually, there's a guy walking behind me, but this is all very interesting around here. Of course, I got class later today, so right after this, I'm gonna head to the university. The only way to get there is actually to take the 54. I gotta take it all the way to Morningside Avenue if I don't just take the 905 or the 12D. Who knows? Or by miracle I can catch the 154 somewhere in between. That could be even better, but I checked the connection. I wouldn't be able to make it, so I guess 54 it is. But thankfully it's a much better route since it's now shortened to Daw Valley Station. And also, remember, the 91 used to go all the way to York Mills and Valley Woods. And with the opening of Line 5, that part of the route was replaced with the 191 Underhill. And so the 91 terminates right around here. It's just the only problem now is, you know, people that live on Underhill Road in the residential neighborhood north of here, they have to make a transfer into the 91. And I know the Line 5 bus changes may have had some negative impacts on people, including my cousin Richard, who lives near the 35, and so I was actually pretty upset with the changes. But I don't think it has really impacted me in any way, because, you know, I live next to Line 5, so. But hey, at least a 164 can get me anywhere. Maybe not anywhere, but like anywhere, like between my area and you know, Mount Dennis area. There's a train line to the right of me. I actually hear one coming. Look at that. Interesting view. There's nobody here. I think we might be heading north now. Northeast. See, look, Canadian Pacific. Oh, now there's people coming this way. I'll walk a little bit slower now. I mean, this street isn't that long, but at the same time, still want to show you guys everything around here. I don't know how this gets around TO for nothing. Oh, look, there's... Is that... Oh, just one? I thought I saw a second one. Okay, normally when I see Canada geese, they're often in groups of two. This time it's just one. But that's not really uncommon, per se. Oh, never mind. There's two more. No, I gotta say, I'm very happy. Even though it's still kind of chilly, we probably won't see warmer weather until April. Actually pretty glad winter's over, because like at the beginning I said, we're gonna have a very long, brutal winter. Sure enough, I was right. I was pretty tired of the last bit of snow we got and the freezing cold. But soon enough, I'll have to put away this jacket here and go to wearing just zip-up sweaters and hoodies, and then by May, I probably won't need that at all and may have to start wearing shorts. So, I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, Toronto and the rest of Southern Ontario has really seen some very wacky weather. I know in Vancouver they got like a little bit of snow, or maybe they got like a very little blast of winter, but then that was just about it, because Vancouver barely gets any snow. And I thought I heard it's something that Vancouver was winter free for the first time in like 43 years. That's interesting. I'm not really exactly sure why it's called Railside Road. Maybe it's likely because of the railway tracks over there, or maybe a long time ago there used to be like a train station here, because this line did serve... It was a form of passenger rail service long time ago. And now I smell some food. I don't know where it's coming from. It's I don't know, it smells like, I don't know, pasta sauce. I don't even like that. Ugh. I hate the smell of it. Texture, everything. I don't want to get into that. It's okay though. I already had a good slice of pizza at Dundas and Bloor. Hey, there's a crow. Oh, looks like I see Lawrence Avenue East. I know there's a Tim Hortons across the street, but I don't think I'll be going there today. There is an office building though right across, so maybe there might be an old elevator in there, who knows. And then gonna have to catch the I know the 54 comes at 136. At least the B brand. At least that'll take me to Morningside though. And then I could easily get up to the university. Whoa, is that a broken umbrella? Look at that. Oh, there's another 91 bus. This time we have an electric bus here. Of course, I'll definitely do this route in the other direction at some point. Just like that, we have pretty much made it to Lawrence. I guess I could say we're near the end of the video. Actually, I did see that same unit while I was heading north. 6679. Nobody on it. I don't think anybody really takes the 91 here. It's probably just, the 54, because obviously the 54 is a very heavily used route. Railside Auto Center. Yeah, this has been an interesting walk. Didn't say anything too special, but take what we can give. Now look, Timmy's Subway. It's a small commercial part of Lawrence Avenue, and then there's a plaza right across from the train tracks that I went into before and filmed a Northern, or actually it was two. It's called Donnie's Center. Maybe I'll take a quick peek in there, see if I can find a vintage elevator or something. Haven't really done that in a while. And then as you can see, it just becomes residential. This street turns into, what's it right here, Curlew Drive. Very interesting. Oh look, a number 91. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap up the video right around here. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. Check out my hours as well. I know I had a very stressful past few days, and it's kind of shaking me up a little bit. But check out the video I did where, talk about my struggles with mental health and autism. Did on Sunday, but mostly recover. Just gotta try and stay positive here. The weather's getting warmer. It's getting nice and sunnier. I really hope it stays like this. All right, guys, take care and peace out. Bye-bye.